Welcome back. Of course, it's our breaking news story. eThekwini's former mayor, Zandile Gumede, and her co-accused, 21 of them, have pleaded not guilty to charges of fraud, corruption and racketeering against them. They're appearing in the High Court in Durban today. The charges are related to a multi-million rand wastewater contract. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is on this case, and he joins us now live just to give us an update. Sipa, as the state prosecutor was reading her indictment, she was giving some details of the merits of the case when the trial officially starts. Exactly what did she say?
Well, basically the indictment there is what has gotten us at least to the start of this trial for now. Technically, as we see, former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede, flanked by her supporters, they are leaving for lunch break, and they've been told to come back in an hour. The court will resume in 1 hour from now. It's an hour lunch break, but the state prosecutor, they're reading the charges. We haven't done much in terms of the charges that have been read here. It has all been about, count one, racketeering, and all accused persons have pleaded in court, but we still have a long way to go because they are about to Ma, ungakwazi ukusipela ijikayo usuplitile ukhona madlala
ayishutha namhlanje ziyakhala ngempela hawu mase sishajwe sekuright kakho sesiyasiqondene nani aziqhubekeke masibuya ngo2 azisho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. She says she's happy that they've been charged. They know what charges they are facing. She says ziyakhala, when we come back at 2 o'clock they will proceed, and then she says, well, as she has pleaded inside court, all the accused have pleaded not guilty. We are talking about 2,973 counts for now as we speak. The state, the prosecutor, has only read one charge, and that is racketeering. That is charge number 1 there. And then when we resume after the lunch break, we will be talking about more charges that the state will be basically reading to the accused persons. And of course, that indictment, after all of it has been read, they are being given an opportunity to plead. It's still going to be a very long day if you take into account that after lunch we will resume with charge number 3. You have to sit and listen to all the charges that the state is going to read from that indictment. This is one of the high-profile cases, not only in eThekwini but throughout KwaZulu-Natal and South Africa. It involves high-profile politicians. Zandile Gumede is the current chairperson of the ANC in eThekwini region, and also there is the former city manager, Mr. Siphamandla there, and a number of business entities. Based on the reading of the indictment by the state prosecutor, the state alleges that all the accused persons formed an enterprise, they conspired, and they planned to say how they're going to channel and influence procurement processes from eThekwini municipality under the Durban Solid Waste Unit, the tenders there amounting to about 320 million rand, how those tenders were going to fall under the special project, and how all of them were going to be channeled towards certain companies that in turn, it is alleged, were able to give some money to politicians that were influential in the awarding of those tenders. That is the gist of what the state is alleging, saying there was racketeering, there was that proper coordination, and there was an infrastructure in a form of companies that were specifically selected for these tenders and give kickbacks allegedly to politicians. So the state going at length there to say, of course, they planned it, they sat down, they discussed this, and the state says, even though it cannot for now say when, how, and why was there, that, how were they able to come and put together that one? I think, let me go there and see, as I'm being distracted here, I've spotted Natasha Carrier from the NPA. Let's see if we can get some comment from her about what is currently happening here in court, just, to get a bit of comment from her as she speaks for the National Prosecuting Authority in KwaZulu-Natal. Let's see if we can join in and squeeze this side. Hi, Natasha, we are live. Are you still waiting for the colleagues? Can we take you or... Yeah, let's just do it while we wait for the colleagues. So finally, we are underway with this one. Our accused pleading not guilty. Do you have a watertight case here?
We'd like to hope so. We're pleased that the case is finally lifted off. As you've seen today with the indictment being read into the record, as well as the accused now having the opportunity to plead to those charges. So yeah, as a state, we're pleased. We hope we have a successful conviction in this matter.
Not a good start, though, in the morning when the judge said this is not how you run a criminal case of this matter, with the copies of the indictment not ready. The copies, some people didn't have the copies. Surely that administrative part of it was not a good start for you.
Unfortunately, yes, that was on the record as well. But as you said, it was an administrative one, which was easily conquered, and now we're on track.
So what happens today? I know it's all dependent inside court in terms of the processes. The accused persons have pleaded. Still a very long way to go. We are just going to charge number 3. We're talking about 2,973 counts. So do you foresee this one starting this year, or definitely it's going to next year?
On previous occasions, the court did speak about dates for next year. So ideally, what would transpire is, as you've seen, the indictment has to be read. The charges have to be put to accused. We've also got the assistance of a translator, and then for the accused then to tender their pleas. So with all likelihood, that will continue happening until that entire indictment has been read out for the rest of the week, most likely.
Another blow for you has been the judge saying there is no need for assessors. The state wanted assessors to assist the judge. She says, I'm capable, I don't need help. If I need expert assistance, I will indicate. That must have been a blow for you.
The state actually just made a request, not an application per se, and as we had said unequivocally, that it was no indication on the judge's, potential in this matter, just outlining the evidence before the court and the extent of that evidence. So we do respect the court's finding in that regard.
Thank you very much. Let's release you. Thank you very much for time. That is Natasha Kara. She speaks for the National Prosecuting Authority in KwaZulu-Natal. So that's where we are in terms of this case for now. Accused persons pleading not guilty. The expectation is that throughout all these charges that will be preferred against them, they will be pleading not guilty. But charge number 1 here is racketeering. The state was pushing hard, trying to convince the judge that this is a very serious case, and they wanted assistance in a form of 2 assessors who will assist the judge here. They say they've analyzed about 600 bank statements of all the accused persons. More than 200 cell phone records have been analyzed here. They were trying to argue that it's a very technical case with a lot of volumes that will be needed to be analyzed. The judge saying, you know what, I've got skills, capacity, knowledge to deal with such matters. This is not the new case that I've dealt with. I'm ready for it. So when we resume after lunch, we'll continue with the reading of that indictment, charges being formally and officially preferred against on the accused, and then they will be asked to plead, to continue pleading. All of them have said they are pleading not guilty for now.
All right, Siphamandla Goge with that report coming to us live from the High Court in Durban. All right.